This just in from the news desk. MechWarrior 2 is still not out. Now, all of you who are waiting for MechWarrior 2 are probably at the point where you'll latch onto any big robot game that comes along, like Iron Assault.
You really think so?
Sure, the market starved for this kind of game.
But Iron Assault isn't this type of game.
What is it then?
A Doom clone.
Someone say Doom?
Buzz off, Throg. A Doom clone, huh?
Yeah, and a bad one too.
Would you mind explaining yourself?
I will, but first, let's show him the snazzy intro. See? I told you it was snazzy. I'll bet that's more snaz that you know what to do with.
Now, if by snaz you mean really stupid-looking video, yeah, this game's got more than enough. This intro sets the stage for the game, which takes place in the bleak near future. Oh boy.
It's the corporations against the rebels, and they're both armed with big robots that look like they're straight out of some cheapo Japanese stop-motion flick that never got released.
And that guy doing the voiceover? Just listen to him. He sounds like an extra from Plan 9 from outer space.
A brave few had fought against all odds to repel the horrific onslaught. A band of rebels who have been able to amass a force strong enough to fight back, possibly even win.
So you're fighting for the rebels, you're stationed at this base, and you get your missions from this computer.
I like the computer. In fact, I thought it was one of the best things about the game.
That says a whole lot.
No, really. It shows you the layout of the area you're about to dive into, tells you what types of enemy units you're likely to find, and even shows you a little piece of video.
Of course it's that stupid-looking video like the intro. Now let's talk about something that's really bad.
How about the graphics? Bad enough for you?
Yeah, those are pretty bad, all right. So much for the unprecedented graphic realism the box bragged about, huh?
You should know by now never to trust a box cover. This game is just plain ugly. The color schemes are drab and the art, please.
But you can play in 4 different types of terrain. That's 4 different shades of ugliness. That's gotta be worth something.
Now let's talk about the gameplay.
It's bad. Next subject, please.
No, we need more detail than that. You were going to explain your Doom clone theory.
Oh yeah, it goes like this. The designers...
Graffiti.
Sure. Schmoes R Us, they were contracted to do a game like Earth Siege or MechWarrior 2, but the only game any of them had ever played was Corridor 7. I loved Corridor 7, so they made a game that played like Corridor 7, because they didn't know how to do anything else. But they drew in a cockpit and robots so they wouldn't get fired.
Folks, if that sounds a little far-fetched, just play the game. You're in what appears to be a very large robot.
But it feels like you're playing Corridor 7.
I know, you have radar and ECMs and all that jazz, but the battle areas are so small you practically have no use for any of it. You can move your head from side to side to fire at enemies that aren't right in front of you, but that's about the only mech-like thing you can do.
Well, your forward momentum stays on instead of you having to keep the forward key held down. That's about it. If you're looking for an early replacement for MechWarrior 2, keep on looking.
I've just gotta mention the dual cockpit system.
Ooh, that was very pointless. Go for it.
Well, your robot has 2 cockpits, an upper one for navigation and a lower one for combat. According to the manual, the lower one has more information. Now take a look.
One front view screen, one multi-function readout. They're the same, Jim.
Talk about a waste o' time.
Okay, I will, but a different one. The joystick control for Iron Assault supports 1 button, and that's it. You can fire with the joystick, but the stick itself is useless. All your movement and other stuff still has to go through the keyboard.
This is a very well thought out game.
Yeah, just like Outpost.
So Iron Assault isn't going to win any awards for art, originality, or technological expertise. On the other hand, it's a strong contender for Shovelware of the Year.
If you think it's a mech game, you've been misled. Iron Assault tries to pass itself off as a substitute for MechWarrior 2, but in fact, it's a lame Doom clone and not much more. Stay away.